Hey guys, today we're looking at the Year 9 Term 3 Mathematics Practice Exam 2. So let's jump into it. Our first question asks, when Mr. Crichton was 16, he earned $45 a week. Calculate how many weeks it took Mr. Crichton to save up for a skateboard that cost $235 if he saved all his pay. Okay, so we know that there is $235 saved up over well, that's how much it cost for the skateboard, and we saved up $45 per week. Now, when we divide the denominator by another value, such as $45 divided by a week, it ends up on the numerator. So we can put this into our calculator. 235 divided by 45 gives us 5.2 weeks. And that's it. Question 2. In Damien's first full-time job, he earned $54,000 a year. Calculate what his weekly pay would have been. So, Damien's weekly pay is equal to the total amount, which we know is $54,000, divided by how many weeks there are in a year. So, 52 weeks. 54,000 divided by 52 is approximately equal to $1,038.46. Cool. Question 3. Mr. Bird won 67,500 in a lottery. It was paid to him monthly over a year. Calculate how much of his winnings he received every month. So this is similar to the previous question. This time we're looking at his monthly, and we'll just say pay. How much will he receive each month? Well, the total, 67,500 divided by how many months there are in a year, so 12 months, is equal to 5,625. Question 4. Temmie lent Bob $550 and agreed to pay it all back after 1 year with 10% interest. Calculate how much simple interest Bob will pay. Okay, so we have to use our simple interest formula here. Our interest is equal to PRT divided by 100. Now that the denominator value of 100 is so that the percentage rate here as 10% becomes a decimal. We convert it to a decimal. So let's substitute our values in. Our principal, P, is $550. Multiply by, now I might just make this a little bit bigger. 500 times 10% times our time period, which was 1 year. Now, we have to recall that our time period, which is in years here, and our interest rate has to also be in years. They have to be in the same time unit. So if our percentage was in months, and that would mean our time period would also have to be in months. But at the moment, both of them are in years, so we don't have to change anything. We divide that by 100. Now, I'll tell you this now. We don't always have to divide PRT by 100 if our rate is already a decimal. If we convert that straight to 0.1, we don't need to divide it by 100. The only thing that this 100 does is to convert a percentage into a decimal. So let's put this into our calculator. We would get $55. And that's how much interest he would have to pay back. All right, question 5. Sue borrowed $7,500 for a car. The simple interest was 9% per annum. She paid the money back over 4 years. So, calculate how much simple interest she will pay. Once again, we have to use our simple interest formula. Our interest is equal to PRT. Now, after explaining that this 100 just converts our percentage into a decimal, I'm going to leave that out for now and convert 9% straight into a decimal of 0.09. So our principal starts off at 7,500. Our rate was 0.09 because that's 9% as a decimal. And because our rate is per annum, so that's per year, and our time period was 4 years, we put that straight into our calculator as is, and we would get a value of 2,700. How much will she have to pay back in total? So our total amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. In this case, our principal was 7,500 and our interest was 2,700. Add those together, we have 10,200. Question 6. Jamie received a 2.5% pay rise on his salary of $149,000. Okay, now we could do this the same way as we've been doing all of our other questions here, or we could do it as a wage question. So you can work it out with interest and total amount. That is one way we could do it, but let's work it out as a wage. So his new salary is equal to, now his old salary is $149,000, and we multiply that by 100% plus, in this case, profit margin, or the percentage profit, is the same as his pay rise of 2.5%. Now, this would look similar to a formula we've been using in class, right? That's the cost and that's the percentage profit. So when we put those together, we have $149,000 multiplied by 102.5%. That needs to be converted to a decimal, so we divide it by 100. So let's just write that in, 102.5 divided by 100. Why are we dividing by 100? So we can have it as a decimal. 149.00 times, when we put that into our calculator, we would get 1.025. So our final answer would be, let's have a look, $152,725. Cool. So B, if he gets paid 9.5% superannuation, determine how much more he will receive in superannuation with his new salary. So that's comparing his old salary of $149,000 with his new salary of $152,725. So his old salary, what will be the superannuation at 9.5%? Let's have a look. Now, this would just be, we'd look at it as as the entire amount. So if his old salary was $149,000, we would multiply that by 9.5% divided by 100. all right, because our percentage needs to be in the decimal form, and that would be 0.095. So when we put that into our calculator, we would get 14,155. Now his new salary, how much would he get? His new salary was 152,725. We multiply that by 9.5% divided by 100%. That gives us $14,509. Now, one more step, we're looking at how much more will he receive. So the difference is equal to his new salary minus his old salary, and that difference is $354. Question 7. A dress with a recommended retail price of $75 has been reduced by 10%. Calculate the new price of the dress. So we're looking for two steps here. The first step is to work out the discount. So his discount here is $75 multiply by 10% divided by 100. We're converting it into a decimal, which is equal to $7.50. Our second step is to work out the sale price. Now the sale price is equal to the original price minus the discount. So this was one method we could do it. There was also another formula that would give you the same answer. So first, in this method, we've calculated the discount, and then we're subtracting that discount from the original price. So the original price was $75, and we're subtracting $7.50. Our final price is $67.50. All right, question 8. Shred the Gnar is having a 15% discount store-wide. So A, calculate the cash discount on a surfboard that originally cost $670. So as we did before, the discount is equal to the original price, which was $670, multiplied by 15% over 100, converting it to a decimal. Our discount is $100.50. B, calculate the new price of a scooter that originally cost $180. Now, our discount is 180 times 15% divided by 100%. That is equal to $27. Then our sale price is equal to $180, which is the original price, minus the discount of $27. That is equal to $153. C, a pair of rollerblades now cost $260. What was the original price? So we have to use our original price formula. That is equal to our sale price divided by 100% minus the percentage discount. So our sale price costs $260. 100% minus, we know that there's a 15% discount store-wide, so minus 15%. That is 260 divided by 85%. Now you have to convert that into a decimal. So 260 divided by 0.85. Put that into your calculator and you would get $305.88. Question 9. Only a few more to go. Calculate the percentage discount of a computer that was reduced from $850 to $722.50. So first, let's work out our discount. There's two steps here. So the discount is equal to our final price minus the new price, $722.50. So the difference between those values are $127.50. Now we can use our percentage discount. That is equal to our discount divided by our original price times 100%. This here will give you a decimal, and we have to convert it back to a percentage. So our discount is equal to $127.50. Our original price was $850. We multiply that by 100%, and we get an answer of 15%. Nice. So, must be in the same store as Shred the Gnar, but that's how we get our percentage discount. Question 10. Let's have a look. So, Jane invests $120,000 in an index fund and receives simple interest of 13% for the year, paid in quarterly installments. So that means 4 times a year. Calculate how much she will receive in each payment. So let's look at our interest formula. So this is for 1 year. So PRT divided by 100, but if we convert our percentage into a decimal, we don't have to do that step. So our principal is $120,000. Our rate is 13%, so that is 0.13 as a decimal, and we're looking at 1 whole year, so times 1. That is equal to 15,600. Now the question asks us how much does she receive in payment quarterly. So our quarterly payment is equal to our total amount that she would receive, 15,600 divided by 4. So that is equal to 3,900. Question 11. Roger invests 12,400 in Bitcoin at the start of the year. At the end of the year, he takes his money out and he has $9,750. If there is a total processing fee of $40, by what percentage has Bitcoin dropped in value over this year? Okay, so let's look at our interest formula once again. Interest is equal to PRT. Now, our interest here, at the end of it, when he takes the money out, he has $9,750. So, let's have a little look here. So, okay, so with this question, we know that he starts out with $1,240. Now, how much does he have in the end? Well, he only has 9,750, and there was also a processing fee of $40. So let's add these two values together. We have 9,750 plus $40, and we have to subtract that starting amount. which was 1,200 or 12,400. Yep. Now that's going to give us how much he made essentially in the end, his interest. Now we go back to our principal times rate times time. Now the principal was 12,400. Our rate, we don't know what the rate is. So we just leave it as R, or rate. We don't know what the rate is. So we have to rearrange this formula. Now when we add these two values together, we get an answer of, and then subtracting 12,400, we would get 2,610. Now, to find out what the rate is, we have to divide both sides by 12,400. So divide by 12,400. That would give us our rate. And our rate in this case is equal to negative 0.21. Now, as a decimal, we can convert that back into a percentage by multiplying by 100%. In this case, that is equal to 21%. And that's our final answer there. All right, so at the end of the year, from 12,400, it's gone down 21%. And that's why it has 9,750 at the end. Question 12. A financial advisor invests 75% of a client's money into an 8% simple interest money market fund. The remainder of the money is invested in a 6% simple interest account. Determine the amount of money invested into each account if the total interest earned at the end of 1 year is 4,200. So I know a couple of things. I'm not sure what the principal amount was, but I do know that 75% of the principal was invested into one area, and the other remainder, which is 25%, was invested into an interest account. So we can say that X is our unknown variable, and we'll say X is the money to be invested. Let X be the money invested. So we have to use pronumerals here. Now, 75% of our principal can be represented as 0.75x. So x is essentially our principal that we don't know, and we'll have to work out. So our interest in this case is equal to PRT plus, now because our total interest is the sum of the interest gained in one account and the interest gained in another account, we have to add the interest of both. So PRT plus PRT. So our initial principal is 0.75x times the rate. It says here it was a rate of 8%, which is 0.08 as a decimal. And this is over 1 year, so we multiply it by 1. Plus our second account is 0.25x. Where do I get 0.25 from? Well, 75% of the money was invested in the first account, so there's only 25% left in the second account. So 0.25x times the rate of 6%, which is 0.06, times 1 year. So our interest, now at the end, it says here the interest earned is 4,200. And because our pronumerals are both x and x, we can essentially add these numbers together. So 0.75 times 0.08 gives us 0.06x plus 0.25x times 0.06 is 0.015x. Now we can add those two values together, which gives us 0.075x. Now, can you see what we're going to do here? X is equal to 4,200 divided by 0.075. So we have to divide 4,200 by what is in front of our x value, 0.075. So therefore, x is equal to 56,000. Now, do we remember what x was equal to? X is equal to the principal amount, which is the starting value. So let's read the question again. Determine the amount of money invested into each account. So if the principal amount, which is what we just calculated, was 56,000, so how much was invested with 75%? So 75% of 56,000, or we might say of the principal amount, is equal to 0.75 times 56,000, which is equal to 42,000. Now, 42,800, oh, not 800, just 42,000. That was invested at 8% up here. 8% was invested. Sorry, it was invested at 8% rate. And what is the remainder? We have 25% of the principal, which is equal to 0.25 times 56,000. That is equal to 14,000. Now that was invested at 6%. Now you can check that you have the correct answer in the end because you've worked out the principal. If you add these two values together, 42,000 plus 14,000, you would get 56,000. So I know that our final percentages are correct in this case. And guys, that's it. So I hope you understood most of that and good luck with your exam and studying.